Hey everyone, Kyle once again. Welcome back to another revisit movie review. And of course, you can tell I'm revisiting Godzilla 1998, a really underrated film, in my opinion. I know 90% of the people hate the film still today. Still gives the film a lot of shit. And yes, and also I switched my poster. In my previous review of Dinosaur, I told you I'm gonna switch it because it's been there for a while, so I decided to move my poster of Godzilla since you hardly noticed it was there because it's been on the back wall because I'm mostly doing it from this point of view. But now I'm going to show now that how much I still love Godzilla, 1998. And and of course wearing on this day, wearing my Godzilla shirt, the original, which I know people still prefer this original version though. A lot of people have the problem. People still hate this version, but I like the design of this version. Different though, but I still prefer the original though. But I understand that. But I still like this original, this different version of Godzilla. Cool, still cool looking. Um, and so I'm doing this more in videos, so my cup holder. And like I said, I understand why a lot of people still hate the film. But to me, I still love this film. So like I said, or probably this is in my original review, I did an over an hour review, so you can check more about that on that video, give more in depth thorough review. But this is just a quick revisit. It's not gonna be an hour review. This will be a quick, you know. Um, like I said, I do understand why a lot of people hate the film, but to me, I still love the film. I still enjoy it. I can watch this 10 times over and not get bored with it. And that's the thing. I was not bored by the film. I still was a fast paced, over 2 hours long. Roland Emmerich, he did a good job directing. I know it probably said that he probably regrets making the film. I don't know what he's talking about. He did a good job directing the film. Like I said, I love Independence Day, Universal Soldier, Stargate, Day After Tomorrow. Um, for me personally, my top three favorite films were from Roland Emmerich is this film, Independence Day, and Universal Soldier. Those are my top three, without a doubt. Um, and the cast do a really good job. Matthew Broderick. I know a lot of people don't like Matthew Broderick in the film. Miscast and stuff like that, but I don't get that. He did a really good job in the film. Jean Reno, who I really do enjoy him as an actor as well. He did a good job. Hank Azaria, I liked him in the film a lot. I enjoyed his character of Animal. He had a lot of funny lines of dialogue. Just liked him. Really do enjoy him. Maria Patillo, that's our last name. I think that's our last name pronounced. She was okay though, but not the best actress though. I do understand why she won the Razzie, for worst actress. That's understandable. But to me personally, I don't think this film didn't deserve Razzies, because I got a lot of fun entertainment out of it. And I don't think it doesn't deserve a 16% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think it doesn't deserve that. And oh well, last time I think it was a 4.3 on IMDb. Doesn't deserve that either. Way too low for those ratings on those. I think it's bull crap. I love this film. That's why I give the film a lot of praise. Still give the film a lot of praise. But the film was a hit. I know it was heavily marketed. Especially I remember seeing the Taco Bell commercials. That's how I remember getting this a long time ago from Taco Bell. The film had the biggest opening of the opening weekend of 1998. It was like 44 million, but to now it's not that big of an opening though, like to the box office weekends of today. But still, it was like it was supposed to be like the biggest film of the summer. But I'm satisfied with how much it made back in the day. At least it had the highest weekend debut of 1998, and made on a budget of 130 million. The budget was used well. I could see it on the film. It was well used. And made 137 million or 139 million in the U.S. So it wasn't a flop. It made past it in the U.S. So that was a good thing. And did well overseas. Made overall 379 million. and it was the third highest grossing film of 1998, behind Saving Private Ryan and Armageddon. But personally, I think Godzilla 1998 is better than Michael Bay's Armageddon, because I was never the biggest fan of Armageddon either, But I think personally, I think it should have been like the other way around. Godzilla should have made the money that Armageddon made. But it's just my opinion. And of course, probably people today, probably prefer the new Godzilla that came out last year. Think it's better than this. But I'm sorry, I disagree. Godzilla was a big disappointment. Godzilla 2014 was a big disappointment to me. That's why I put it was like number 2 of my worst films of 2014, because it was a big disappointment. Barely Godzilla was in it. Especially the title is Godzilla. You barely see him in it. That's over 2 hour. That's over 2 hours film, and over a 2 hour film, you see him combined total on screen of 8 minutes. That's a big letdown as well. Godzilla, plus he fully appears on screen over an hour in, before it cuts away twice, cuts 2 of his attack scenes twice, Godzilla appeared with the 1998, 20 minutes in, he already fully appears, and he has more screen time than the other Godzilla in 2014, 8 minutes total for the one in 2014. Over the screen time of this, I would say at least probably like 25 minutes, 20, maybe 30. Well, maybe 30 minutes is a bit too much, but at least under 30 minutes though. He has more. This Godzilla had more screen time, than the one in 2014. But but that film got a lot of praise, but this film gets so much shit, But I was bored, and that film was too slow, focusing more on the Aaron Taylor Johnson, as him in the film, Didn't Matthew Broderick? He gets a lot of shit as probably give him crap on his performance in Godzilla. Matthew Broderick, I would still say, is better than Aaron Taylor Johnson in Godzilla, But I wish it was Bryan Cranston as the lead, other than Aaron Taylor Johnson, because he was the only likable character in Godzilla. Bryan Cranston did a good job, but he was not. And plus, that was another disappointing thing, that he died with 30 minutes, from that Muto thing, and he never got to see Godzilla. That was a big letdown as well. I wish it was him rather than Aaron Taylor Johnson. Then it probably made the film would have been more interesting to me, But that didn't happen, So yeah, probably people prefer that film still than this film though. But I disagree, This film I got a lot more entertainment, there was a lot of fun action sequences, more than the other one in the new film. Fun car chase at the end. Godzilla's chasing them in the cab, because they're thinking that they killed his babies, Fun car chase scene, Other good action scenes as well, Probably a lot of people don't like was the baby Godzillas, But I was fine with the baby Godzillas. And there's another thing, this film also had a good use of not only CGI but some good practical effects as well, Like the opening where the Godzilla attacks a bow, when he claws his way into the bow, you can tell that's actually a good practical way with. Practical, it was either, I think it was pretty much his, I think it was his claws that dig into the boat, And his tail hits the windshield, the guys fly back, Or even the baby Godzillas, most times they were also a good mixture of CGI and practical effects as well, Some of them you could tell they did look real and not CG though. But even also CG, I think it was pretty good especially from 1998. They worked pretty good. The budget was used well. A lot of good practical sets. From the big shot of the New York. The buildings. This Godzilla's running through the city. I like how Godzilla, how he's smart and outsmarting the military by dodging the missiles and stuff like that. And now the people were disappointed because he pretty much uses his traditional atomic breath, But like how his breath is used, like it's like a clear, it's almost like clear, But when there's a fire, but when there's fire around, it catches on fire and then it simulates it, Probably a lot of people were disappointed with that as well. But that's all another thing with the Godzilla 2014. I will give it the one cool scene at the end where Godzilla uses atomic breath and shoves it down Muto's throat. That was the only cool scene I will give it. You know, that was a totally badass scene. So I will give credit to that. But that was the only kick-ass action scene in that film. You know, so I will give credit to that one part, to that one scene. But otherwise, that film was still boring as hell and was a big disappointment, especially for me as a big Godzilla fan. You know, I enjoyed most of the other Godzilla films as well, but of course there's gonna be a couple that I won't like though. But most of but all the Godzilla films I've enjoyed most of them. You know, I've got other action figures. You know, the the good monsters and the bad monsters. You know, but but I really do enjoy the film. I think it was a very, very underrated film. At least, I mean, people probably still give this film shit nowadays, you know, but but not probably as much as then when back in 1990 when they were gonna probably it was left for a sequel, you know, because the one egg survived, you know, the baby one. I would like to have seen a sequel to that though, but that never happened because it got a lot of bad criticism, you know. Eventually, the sequel turned into the animated series, you know, which I do enjoy I also do enjoy the animated series. Hold on. Yeah. This turned out to be the sequel to the film, and I do enjoy the series as well, you know. I do enjoy the series, so although I would like to see a live action sequel though, but this turned into this basically is a sequel, so. But I do enjoy that series, though. What else I like to say about lines of dialogue, you know, like um, like when Godzilla they defeat the military the first time, you know, and O'Neill, the Sergeant O'Neill, another character, I think it was on purpose and not to Kurt Russell's character in Stargate, you know, he was telling the Matthew Broderick, he's like, I can't believe this. He, listen, we did nothing to him. Matthew Broderick's like, no, that's not true. We fed him. I thought that was a funny line of dialogue as well, you know. This is a lot of fun moments, you know. I just don't. Well, I do understand why people hate the film, but at the same time, why? You know, this is from a personal preference, you know. I just don't understand why this film gets so much hated on today. Yeah, well, because they don't like the design look. Because also originally Stan Winston was going to do the effects, you know, but he couldn't do it though. And I've seen the original design for Godzilla, you know, and that would look out because of how it looked like at the original Godzilla. That would have been cool, you know. But Patrick Tatopoulos, the guy who designed the Godzilla to this, which is another thing, you know, the name, which is Matthew Broderick's character's name is Nick Tatopoulos, which is the last name is named after the guy who helped design this Godzilla, you know, Patrick Tatopoulos. And I like the design. It's different though, and it's cool, you know, but I still prefer the original look, you know. So yeah, that's basically it, you know. I'm not gonna make this an hour-long review though, so I'm making a quick recap or revisit, you know, just to show how much I still love this film, you know, how it's still completely underrated, you know. Let's see. That's gonna be up there for a while to show how much I still love that film, you know. And so yeah, that's basically it, you know. If anyone still has not seen Godzilla, go check it out. But I'm sure, you know, before you've seen it, probably give it a lot of crap though. But just still, it's only me, or probably only a handful of people that still like that like this film, you know. I just don't get why this film so much hatred, you know. Like I said, when I saw it, I was what was it? I was 6 when I saw this, and when this film came out in theaters, and I had a great time seeing this in the theaters. Definitely one of the greatest experience of me seeing a movie in a theater. Back when I was a kid, I had a great time. I had a complete blast watching this film in the theater. It was definitely one of the best of films I've seen, like that came out during the summer, you know. But that's just my opinion, you know. But yeah, so this is my revisit review of Godzilla 1998. I still say check out my original review, you know, the hour-long review. I still believe this is still very underrated. In fact, I will put this on my list of one of my top list of extremely underrated films. This is I definitely put it as one of them. I'll have to do a video of like my top list of my very very underrated films. That still gets a lot of shit that I think it deserves more love and respect. So yeah. So yeah, this is my review for Godzilla 1998 Revisit, because it was released today. That's not that it was. I did this review because it was released today, May 20th, 1998, 17 years ago. Still looks better than some you know some creature feature films today. The budget was used well. Some good mixture of CGI and practical effects. The cast was great. Well, except for the actress. Who I'm still not the best though, but the other characters, Matthew Broderick, Jean Reno, Kevin Dunn, Hank Azaria, they were good. Action sequences worked well. The car, really enjoy the car chase. But the other action scenes, they were great as well. The lines of dialogue had some fun with. Some funny lines, especially from Hank Azaria. He had such a lot of funny lines of dialogue. The directed by Roland Emmerich. When he says he has regrets making this film now, I have no idea what he's talking about. Although it would have been interesting to see how Jan de Bont would have directed it, because originally before Roland Emmerich, because Jan de Bont wanted a chance to direct it, alongside with Stan Winston doing the effects as well. Though I would like to see that, because Jan de Bont's two best films are still his Speed and Twister, but. If he would have done this, we could consider another one of the bad films since he'd been doing, like The Haunted and Speed 2, This film probably gonna be on the list of bad films from Jan de Bont though. But still, we're interested to see what would happen if he would have directed the film though. But but Roland Emmerich, I'm sure he still did a good job, He did a good job directing. If he said he has regrets making this film, I disagree with that. And yeah, and especially on the back here, I do agree with this. It's big, it's loud, and it's fun. I definitely 100% agree with that, as I had a lot of fun with this film. I'm still holding this. Why? Because I still like the design of this Godzilla, though. I'll always still prefer the original look. That's why I'm wearing it. Still prefer the original look. But people think, oh, just because it's different, it doesn't mean it's good. Yeah, sometimes when films does something different, doesn't mean it's always good. But sometimes it's different, it does mean it's good. Sometimes, So that means it's good. Sometimes does fit, and sometimes, And I like this design, It's different, but it's still a cool looking design. Probably still that's why people don't like the design, because how they changed it, So yeah. So that's why I'm like this. Decided to move it because that's gonna be up there a while. Just show how much I still love the film, and how I still much appreciate the film. And why it's still such an underrated film. I know people probably get mad at me, saying, "Oh, you're dumb for liking this," I would never judge anyone for other films what they do or do not like. I don't judge people for that. I respect other people's opinions. Just be respectful to my opinion. So yeah. So this is my revisit. It's just a quick revisit. So check out my original review of the film. So yeah, but this is just a quick revisit. So yeah, this is my review for Godzilla 1998. Thanks for watching, and as I still think it's still a very underrated film, and deserves more love and respect. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next movie review. And like I said, 17th anniversary of Godzilla. I'm still entertained by the film today. Still do. So thanks for watching, and yeah, this one is made before I exit out of the film. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned on the next movie review later.